Welcome to today's broadcast of Carroll High School Athletics. This is CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. Now, here are your Carroll Chargers.
Hello and welcome to the CSBN broadcast of the Varsity basketball game between your Carroll Chargers and the Norwell Knights. Tonight the Chargers need to focus on a few things, I think. They definitely need to focus on rebounding. I think it's very important that you don't give the other team a second opportunities, to give them one and done and just get the ball back. You don't want to give the other team another chance once you've already put up good defense. And that's another thing, is to have very, very good defense. You can have a lot of offense, but if you do not play defense, you're not going to win the game. I would also say that, like in any other game by any other team, free throws could come to be very crucial, so it's very important to make those. Also, it'd be good to see the three-point shots go down and to be able to get to the basket. Getting a combination of both of those would really help balance things and probably help Carroll succeed in the game. Tonight's starters for the visiting Norwell Knights will be number 12, Grant Baker, number 15, Josh Van Meter, number 20, Kyle Philman, number 23, Aldo Sanchez, number 40, Jeff Shadow. And for your Carroll Chargers, the starters will be number 5 at guard, Eric Ward. Also at guard is number 23, Cody Sheff, and number 25, Tyler Alt. The forwards for the Carroll Chargers will be number 31, Austin Hilly, and number 51, John Wanger. We'll be right back right after this for the tip-off of this game. Hello and welcome back to our CSBN broadcast of the Carroll Chargers taking on the Norwell Knights. Getting ready to tip the ball up in our contest tonight. It'll be John Wanger jumping against Norwell's number 20, Kyle Philman, and Norwell will control the tip. And they will try to get it down low, but won't quite get there. It'll be almost trapped in the corner. Number 15 will take the three-point shot, but that will miss. The rebound will go out of bounds off of Norwell, and the ball will be Carroll's ball. And that was a shot by Josh Van Meter that was missed of the Norwell Knights. Tyler Alt will take the ball up the floor for Carroll and set up the play. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Eric Ward, gets over to John Wanger. Over on the sideline, drives to the basket is Alt, but he's not able to get to the basket. Out to Cody Sheff, back out to Alt. Eric Ward gets it down low to Hilly, and John Wanger drives to the basket, and he is fouled by the Knights. That'll be the first foul of the game, first foul on the Knights. And number 15, Josh Van Meter, will pick up that foul as Austin Hilly will go to the line for 2 shots. I'm sorry, John Wanger shooting 2. And the first shot is missed. It rolls off the rim. See if he can make the second shot. And the second shot is good. So Carroll will take a 1-point lead, scoring the first basket of the game. And Norwell will lose the ball as Aldo Sanchez will lose control. Cody Sheff has the ball, and he'll drive towards the key, pass it off to Tyler Alt. He tries to go inside, but that will be a held ball, and that will stay with Carroll, I believe, seeing as Norwell got the tip, so Carroll will get the jump ball situation and retain possession. Looks like Tyler Alt will take it out for the Chargers, and he will get it into John Wanger. Passes out to Cody Sheff at the top of the three-point line. Trying to get down to Tyler Alt, and he'll take the shot in the middle of the key, but that shot is no good. Norwell with the rebound, and they'll push it up the floor over to number 12, Grant Baker, and he'll go into the shot, and that will be good. And that basket will be the first for Grant Baker and give Norwell a 1-point lead. Eric Ward with the ball now. Top dribbles around. Cody Sheff back on the baseline. Dribbles to the top of the key. Back out to the top of the key. John Wanger will pass it off to Tyler Alt over on the wing. Back to Cody Sheff at the top of the three-point line. Over to John Wenger. We'll get it back over to Cody Sheff on the wing. John Wenger on the wing here. Back to Tyler Alt outside the three-point line. And it'll go back to John Wenger. Over to Tyler Alt, and he'll take the three. No foul. He was bumped on the way up. And that three will be off. And Norwell will get the rebound as Sanchez takes up the floor, passes it off to Van Meter, who passes it to Baker. And Baker will pass it back to Sanchez, who will dribble inside. John Wenger unable to keep up, but that shot is blocked by Austin Hilly, and Carroll take possession as Cody Sheff brings it up the floor. Dribble to the top of the three-point line, passed off to Tyler Alt. He'll get it down inside to Austin Hilly, but well guarded down low, and back out to Tyler Alt is the ball. He'll set up another play. Pass to Eric Ward, back to John Wenger, back to Cody Sheff over on the wing. Tries to get it down low to a wide open Eric Ward, but the pass is too low, and that is stolen by Norwell. Sanchez will take it and pass it off to Baker. Will pass it inside, and number 20, Kyle Philman, will get the shot and make it, and that gives Norwell a 3-point lead over Carroll with just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tyler Alt with the ball passes over to Cody Sheff, an open three, puts it up, and that will spin out of the rim, no good, but rebounded by Carroll. Austin Hilly with that offensive rebound. Knocked out of bounds off of Norwell, so Carroll will keep the ball. The ball was poked out of Austin Hilly's hands down low and out of bounds. Eric Ward will inbound the ball. Cody Sheff backing up towards the half-court line. It looks like they'll get it into Tyler Alt, back up to Cody Sheff. And he'll set up the play. Dribbles over to the wing, back to the top of the key. Passes it to Austin Hilly, who will drive inside, is fouled. That foul will be called. Is that a shooting foul or on the floor? Called blocking foul. That will be a foul on the floor. So no shots for Carroll, but they will take the ball out of bounds. A couple of replacements for Carroll. Mason Miller will come in along with Kamen Brower. Ball's out to Tyler outside the three-point line. He will set up the play for the Carroll Chargers. And he will drive to the key, but is well guarded, and get it back out, and that's going to be an over and back on Carroll as Mason Miller goes to retrieve the ball. Norwell will take the ball out on the near sideline and get it into Baker. Passed off to Van Meter, and he'll dribble around the entire three-point line, pass off to Sanchez, who will try to get it down low, and that'll be a travel on Norwell, and Carroll will take the ball back. Cameron Brower will take point guard duties for this trip down, and he'll set up the play. Tyler Alt is given the ball and passed to Mason Miller. Cameron Brower has the ball again outside the three-point line, and he will drive towards the wing. Picks up his dribble, though. Mason Miller will have it on the wing, passes it to the baseline where Eric Ward is. Off to Tyler Alt for the three, and that is good, and that ties the game up for first field goal of the game for Carroll. Comes from Tyler Alt. And that will be a foul on Carroll. On number 5, Eric Ward. That will be his first foul, the team's first foul as well. Number 40, Jeff Shadow, will leave the game and be replaced by Garrett Butcher. Baker has the ball, passes it off to Van Meter for the Norwell Knights. Dribbles down to the wing and passes it down low. And that shot will be good. Wide open, close to the basket. Carroll was unable to stay in front of their player there. And that will give Norwell the lead again. Cameron Brower in for the shot, but unable to finish. The shot's up and no good. Norwell with the rebound. They'll dribble it back down. Sanchez will take the ball and get it into the key. Passes it back out to the three-point line where Baker is waiting. He will shoot the three, but no good. But Norwell rebounds the ball and puts the shot back up. And Carroll's coach decided that they need a timeout to figure this out. The score is 4-8, 2:52 to go in the first quarter. Carroll behind by 4. This is CSBN, your leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Welcome back to this broadcast of Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network. Carroll has the ball. Mason Miller is up top. Passes over to Tyler Alt, who takes the three. That's short. Rebounded by Norwell's number 15. Grant Baker, who will take it up the floor, tries to pass it inside, but that is stolen by Carroll and almost stolen back by Norwell, but instead there will be a foul on Alo Sanchez. That will be his first foul, the team's third of the half. Carroll will take it out on the sideline. Alo Sanchez will come out of the game and be replaced by number 10, Josh Dickey. And Eric Ward will inbound it into Cameron Brower for the Carroll Chargers. Back to Eric Ward. Passed off to Mason Miller outside the three-point line. Back over to Cameron Brower on the far wing. Tyler Alt will pass it to Eric Ward. Passes it back to Tyler Alt on the wing. They try to look inside but can't quite get it. Cameron Brower passes to Austin Hilly. He'll pass it back to Eric Ward, who will fake the three but try to drive. Passes it back to Mason Miller. And that shot is blocked on the way up. Very decisive block by Norwell there, but Carroll will retain possession as Cody Sheff and Austin Hilly come to re-enter the game. Tyler Alt and Josh Wenger will get a break here. As Carroll inbounds the ball to Austin Hilly. Cameron Brower has the ball right now, passes off to Cody Sheff, passes to Eric Ward. Austin Hilly back to Cody Sheff. A lot of passing on the perimeter. Some penetration would be really nice right about now, but Norwell's playing very good defense. Cameron Brower will take the long two-pointer and make it, and that will take the lead for Norwell down to 2 points. Van Meter will take the ball up the floor, passes it off to Josh Dickey. Stolen by Cody Sheff on a bad pass by Dickey. But Norwell will get back in time. Sheff passes it off to Mason Miller. Passes it to Eric Ward, who tries to drive, but is stopped by the Knights. Cody Sheff passes to Austin Hilly. Back out to Cody Sheff, to Eric Ward, to Cameron Brower. Brower will take it back up top and survey the court a little bit. Try to drive around the defense. Gets it down to Austin Hilly. A strong move inside. Gets the Carroll Chargers to tie this game. Norwell coach is not happy that an elbow was not called there. Norwell tries to get it inside to number 42, Garrett Butcher. And he will pass it off to number 20, Kyle Philman, who will put up the shot and make it. Cameron Brower coming up the floor with the ball. Gets a screen from Austin Hilly. Off to Mason Miller, who passes it to Cody Sheff. Back out to Austin Hilly, who takes a long two, but misses. Carroll not getting a lot of penetration inside, and when they are getting it down, they're being very well guarded and not able to take very quality shots, whereas Norwell is being able to get it down low very easily and getting very easy shots down low. Baker will probably hold the ball here for one last play of the first quarter as there's only 15 seconds left. Passes to Josh Dickey. They get it over to Van Meter, who takes the three, and that is good. 5 seconds left in the quarter, and Cameron Brower will take the shot, and that is no good. Carroll will end the first quarter, trailing by 5, 8-13. This is Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, your leader in Charger sports. Welcome back to our game between the Carroll Chargers and the Norwell Knights. This is the varsity game. Norwell will inbound the ball at the start of the second quarter, leading by a 5-point margin over the Carroll Chargers. They will pass it down into number 33, Nathan Rodenbeck. And Grant Baker will get trapped in the corner, and so Norwell will call a timeout here, only 15 seconds into the second quarter. Possession error in Carroll's favor, and Norwell has accumulated 3 team fouls to Carroll's only 1, but despite that, they still lead by 5 points. Carroll, like I've said before, really needs to try to get it inside, but that's been difficult for them. Norwell has played excellent defense. What Carroll really needs to do is tighten up their defense because Norwell is pretty much getting what they want, whatever, on the inside. Back to action here. Norwell inbound the ball. Number 15, Josh Van Meter, has it outside the three-point line. We'll get it to number 20, Kyle Philman, who will pass it back out to Van Meter. He'll take the three, and that is no good, but almost rebounded by Norwell, but taken by Carroll. Tyler Alt will take it down the floor and drive straight to the hoop and put down the layup. Very strong move, very decisive there to take the Norwell lead down to 3. And that is 5 points for Tyler Alt, as he has a three-pointer earlier in the game here. And that will be a foul on Cameron Brower outside the three-point line. It's hard to get those fouls, though, a little bit cheap fouls out there, unnecessary, that Carroll really needs to work on keeping the distance out there so they don't give up cheap fouls. That's the second foul on the Chargers, the first on Cameron Brower. Norwell will inbound the ball, and they get it into number 12, Grant Baker, who will survey the court and pass it off on a cut to Van Meter. He'll pass it back out to the three-point line to Philman. The ball is thrown away and saved by Cameron Brower of the Chargers, and Cody Sheff takes the ball up the court, passes it back off to Brower, passes it back off to Sheff, over to Tyler Alt, who will go towards the bucket and pull up for a jump shot, and that will get the shooter's touch right there and roll into the basket. And Carroll pulls to within 1. Can't ask for much better defense than that. Kyle Philman of the Norwell Knights will get the points there to bring the lead back up to 3, but Austin Hillary didn't have much other choice, stood straight up. Philman just went over him. Tanner Ginder will take the three-pointer, but that will be off the mark, and Norwell will take the rebound. Philman on the top of the key, guarded by Cody Sheff, passes it off to Baker, who spin move, gets it down into the key, passes it back out to the three-point line to Philman, who passes it out to Van Meter, all over to Baker, inside to Philman again, and that will be a foul on Austin Hillary. And that will be his first foul of the game. Fourth team foul on Carroll. The third foul on the team. Number 20, Kyle Philman, will go to the line to shoot 2. And his first shot is up and no good. Number 5, Eric Ward, will re-enter the game for Cameron Brower. And number 23, Aldo Sanchez, will re-enter the game for Grant Baker for the Norwell Knights. The second shot for Norwell is up, and it is good. So the lead is stretched to 4. The score is 12-16, 5:51 to go in the second quarter. Carroll with the ball. Cody Sheff brings it up the floor, gets a screen from Austin Hillary, who curls off the screen. Eric Ward will get it down to Austin Hillary, who will go inside. Offensive foul is not being called. I'm not sure that was an offensive foul, though, as one of the Norwell players fell down. But the shot is no good for Carroll, and Norwell will take control of the ball. Sanchez dribbles in, and he'll travel and turn it back over to Carroll. Number 51, John Wang, will re-enter the game for Austin Hillary. And Cody Sheff inbounds the ball to Tanner Ginder, and it's given back to Cody Sheff, and he takes the ball up the court, sets up his team for the play, and passes it off to Eric Ward. He'll drive towards the key, take it back out to the three-point line. Over to Tanner Ginder on the wing. We're playing swarming defense right now. It's over from Tyler Alt to Cody Sheff. And Cody Sheff will pass it off to John Wanger out on top of the three-point line. You know you have a little bit of a problem when your big guy is outside of three-point line. Carroll has got to try to get someone open down low and get someone to really fight down there. That could be a little bit difficult as Norwell has a little bit of a height advantage down low. Not a big one, but enough to bother Carroll, it appears to be. Tanner Ginder with the ball on the wing, passes it to Eric Ward. Almost throws it away, but that'll go back over to Cody Sheff. Tyler Alt gets the ball and goes inside, and way too strong for Tyler Alt, as that shot will go over the basket and be an air ball. And Norwell will get the rebound. Sanchez takes it up, spins around, Picks up his dribble and passes it off to Van Meter, who passes it back off to Nathan Rodenbeck. That will go out of bounds to Carroll. Number 3, Braxton Willis will enter the game for Cody Sheff. And Nathan Rodenbeck will come out of the game for Norwell. Tyler Alt will bring the ball up the floor for the Chargers, who are trailing by 4 points with 4:10 to go in the second quarter. Tyler Alt trying to get a little bit too fancy there, loses control of the ball, turns it over to Norwell. Carroll having some issues with turnovers early in the game here. Let's hope they can turn that around. Van Meter at the top with the ball, passes off to Sanchez, guarded by Tyler Alt. Picks up his dribble, finds Kyle Philman, who passes it back to Sanchez. Sanchez drives but is stopped by 2 Carroll players. And Norwell missed a chance there with a wide open Josh Dickey down low. Sanchez will drive towards the hoop, but again be stopped by Eric Ward and Tyler Alt. A 3 by Josh Van Meter, however, is good, and that will push the Norwell lead to 7. And Carroll really needs to figure something out here before this gets a little bit out of hand. Braxton Willis is at the top of the key. He'll pass it off to Tyler Alt, but that is a bad pass, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Norwell. And Carroll will keep possession of the ball, but they've got to be more careful with their passes. Eric Wood will inbound the ball to John Wenger, who will pass the ball off to Tyler Alt. Eric Wood will pass it to Braxton Willis, who will drive inside. Nothing there. Tanner Ginder will give to Eric Ward, who takes the three-pointer, and that is good. 3 for Eric Ward. That is his first 3 points of the game, and that will bring the Norwell lead back down to 4. 2:50 to go in the second quarter. Carroll trailing by 4 points. Norwell is doing some work outside the three-point line right now, over to Sanchez, who's guarded well by Eric Ward, but passes it off to Philman, who gets a shot from the corner, but no good. And there will be a foul called on, appears to be on Carroll, number 15, Tanner Ginder. That will be his first foul, the team's 4th foul of the half. Mason Miller will re-enter the game for Tanner Ginder. And Josh Dickey will exit the game for Norwell. Sanchez will inbound the ball, has to go all the way into the backcourt to Jeff Chateau. Passes it off to Van Meter, who drives inside. A pretty pass. And it'll be a blocking foul on Eric Ward as John Wenger comes in and tries to block it from behind, but the foul is already there. That is the 2nd foul on Eric Ward and the team's 5th foul. Jeff Chateau will go to the line to shoot 2. The first shot is up and no good as it'll roll around the rim and off. Cameron Brower will re-enter the game for Eric Ward, who leaves with his 2 fouls. As Norwell's Jeff Chateau prepares to shoot a second free throw shot. And that shot is up and no good. Jeff Wenger with the rebound, and he'll pass off to Cameron Brower, takes it down the court. Passes it off to Braxton Willis, down to John Wenger. Back out to Braxton Willis, over to Cam Brower, who gets it over to Mason Miller. They'll try to get it down low, but nothing really, and John Wenger will catch the ball, but has to come outside to do it. Cameron Brower gets it down low to Tyler Alt, but that ball is swatted away by Norwell, out of bounds. Carroll will retain possession of the ball. 1:52 to go in the half now. Carroll's still trailing by 4 points. Scores 15-19. As Sanchez will leave and be replaced by number 32, Nathan Alfide of the Norwell Knights. Mason Miller inbounds it to Cameron Brower, who will set up the play. Passes it to Mason Miller, who gets it to Tyler Alt. Passes it off to Braxton Willis, who fakes the 3. Passes it back to Tyler Alt, who's double-teamed. Back to Braxton Willis, who takes the three-point shot, and that is too short. Rebound by no one. It'll go off of bounds on Norwell and remain Carroll's ball. Aldo Sanchez will re-enter the game for Nathan Alfide. And Carroll will have to throw it into the backcourt to inbound it, but they do get it into Cameron Brower. And he'll set up the play, pass it off to Mason Miller on the wing. Braxton Willis will get it on the baseline, pass it off to Cameron Brower, who drives inside, back to Braxton Willis in the corner, and that is good for three. And that will bring the lead down to 1. 1 minute to go in the first half, and Carroll has definitely come back into this game. Very good defense by Carroll, but unable to rebound the ball. And they will get a foul called on them on the rebound. That is the 6th foul on the team. The 2nd foul on Cam Brower, so Cody Sheff will come in to replace Cam Brower. Austin Hilly will also come in to replace Braxton Willis for the Chargers with 56 seconds left to go in the half. Norwell will inbound the ball, and they get it in to number 20, Philman. Passes it back out to Van Meter. Double teamed by Sheff and Alt. Back out to Philman. Sanchez falls down, and Philman is triple teamed, but somehow gets it over to Van Meter. A little bit crazy here as Norwell is able to track down the ball as it almost goes over half court. Sanchez on the top of the key with the ball, guarded by Cody Sheff. 30 seconds left to go in the half. And he'll pass it off to Van Meter. Back to Sanchez. Back to Van Meter. Carroll cheering section trying to trick the Norwell Knights into thinking there's less time than there is. As there's still 10 seconds to go in the half, a travel will be called on Norwell, so no foul. Carroll will have 10 seconds for one last shot in the half to try to take the lead. It's inbounded to Cody Sheff, who takes the ball up, passes it off to Tyler All, and that will remain Carroll ball with 6.6 seconds left to go in the half as the ball goes out of bounds off to Norwell. Cody Sheff will inbound the ball. And he will get it in to John Wenger. Only 4 seconds to go, so they need to get up a shot here quick. Cody Sheff will take a long three, and that will bank it in off of the backboard at the last second. A very, very long three will give Carroll the 2-point lead at the half. What a way to end it. Well, we're going into halftime now. Thanks for listening to the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network. We'll be back with the second half in a few minutes. This is Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. Sports. You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello and welcome back to Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network's broadcast of the Varsity boys basketball game of the Carroll Chargers versus the Norwell Knights. I'm Ashley Stickler here with your announcement today. The Carroll Chargers lead by 2 points, 21-19 at the start of the second half here after a very long three by Cody Sheff at the last second to end the first half. The ball is inbounded in the second half by Cody Sheff. To Cody Sheff, and he will dribble around the top with the three-point line, passes it over to Austin Hilly in the corner, passes it to Eric Ward on the top, and back to Cody Sheff. Pass it to Austin Hilly, pass it back to Cody Sheff, and he will try to drive in. Norwell player falls, but is able to get back up without any damage. John Wenger to the ball to Eric Ward. Eric Ward's shot is flat and short. The ball will go to Norwell as it goes around the Carroll applying a little bit of pressure here. And that would be a travel on Norwell for number 40. Jeff Chateau just takes like a giant leap across the floor as he tries to get it across the half-court line. Cody Sheff will take it past the half-court line and pass it off to Tyler Alt. He passes it off to John Wanger and over to Austin Hilly. Cody Sheff comes back up the lane and gets the ball at the top of the key. Back over to Tyler Alt, who drives down very strong, but the left-handed layup is no good. Rebounded by Austin Hilly. The shot is missed. Rebounded again. That would be a foul on Norwell, and Austin Hilly will shoot 2 shots. That foul will be on number 40, Jeff Chateau. That is his first foul and Norwell's first foul of the half. These free throws could be very important later on in the game, and the first free throw is up and no good as it hangs on the rim for a couple seconds and falls off. Hilly gets ready to take his second free throw, and the shot is up and off and no good. Those are shots we've got to have. They're invaluable in the game. 3 shots, and the name says it all. Sanchez with some problems getting it past the half-court line, but he will do so. Gets it over to Stillman, who passes it off to number 12. Now to give Norwell the lead once again, and Cody Sheff will bring it up the floor over to Tyler Alt in the corner. Dribbles on the baseline inside, but that shot, they will call a charge on Tyler Alt. That will be his first foul, the team's first of the half. Norwell will get the ball. Carroll continues with a little bit of full court pressure. Grant Baker will try to get across half court, and he does. But a trap up by the half court line. Able to get out of it, passes it off to Sanchez. Passes it off to Van Meter. Gets it into the lane. A very good block. Wide open Chateau for the Norwell Knights, and they take a 3-point lead. Cody Sheff passes it off to Eric Ward, who will go into the lane, passes it off to John Wanger, and no foul is called. The shot is no good. Norwell rebounds the ball. Tyler Alt is on Baker, and Van Meter will take the ball. Odd-looking pass, but does the job to get Chateau back to Baker, inside to Philman. John Wenger's on Philman, gets it stripped, but that would be a foul. That foul will be called on number 31, Austin Hilly, and that will be his second foul. Carroll Chargers have a few players with 2 fouls. I believe that Austin Hilly would be joined by Eric Ward and Cameron Carroll in the 2 fouls. 5-second call on Norwell Knights getting out of bounds. Turn the ball back over to Carroll, and Cody Sheff will take it up the floor. 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Carroll Chargers are behind by 3 points, but they have the ball. Eric Ward is on the wing, passes it inside to Tyler Alt, who will try to get in better position, but puts the shot up, and that is just off the mark. It doesn't even hit the rim, it just bounced off the backboard. Sanchez, and they will get Eric Ward to take third foul. He ran into a screen there, and he's going to have to be replaced by Eric Ward will actually stay in the game, but Cameron Brower and Mason Miller will come in to replace Austin Hilly. And Cody Sheff, also Tanner Ginder will come in to replace John Wanger. Carroll going with a little bit of a smaller lineup here. Not as much of a post presence. See how that works out for them. Sanchez loses the ball. Tyler Alt has it. He'll drive down the court. The layup is no good, and the putback is no good, and that's going to be called a foul on Norwell. Norwell coaches wanted to travel. That would be the second foul on Kyle Stillman of the Norwell Knights, the second foul of the half for Norwell as a team. Braxton Willis will inbound the ball to, not able to get it in, so he will bounce the ball off the feet of Van Meter of the Knights. Gets it into Miller this time. Passes it back out to Cameron Brower. Looks for someone open, gets it over to Braxton Willis, who will try to dribble it into the key. It's cut off by Van Meter. Pass it back out to Brower, back out to Ginder, back out to Braxton Willis, and Tyler Out will have the ball. And I believe a foul will be called on Norwell's number 23, which is out of Sanchez. That's his second foul, the team's third foul of the half. Tanner Ginder will inbound the ball to Cameron Brower. Brower passes off to Mason Miller, who gets it to Tyler Alt. A lot of passing around the three-point line, not a lot of penetration. Mason Miller will try to penetrate here, but he is stripped as he tries to go up for the shot. Sanchez will take the ball and take it down to Norwell's side of the court. Billman will pass it off to Van Meter, passes it off to Baker, but the shot is missed. Carroll gets the rebound, pushes it back up the court. Brower over to Mason Miller, takes the three that is way short out of the corner. And Norwell will get the rebound once again. Carroll still down by 3 with 3:40 left to go in the third quarter. Carroll's hanging in it here, but you get the feeling that they need to see something soon, or it might start to catch up to them if they're not making these baskets. Braxton Willis out from the wing, passes it down to Tyler Alt, tries to get position inside. His shot will be off the back of the rim. No good. Norwell leads down the ball once again. Another thing is Carroll's not getting many second chance opportunities, which is would help them get this into a tough spot here. Norwell slips at another basket, and gives them a 5-point lead. Cameron Brower will take it down the court for Carroll as Austin Hiller gets ready to come back in the next stoppage of play. Braxton Willis will take the three from the corner, and that is a little bit too short, and that's going to be a foul on Mason Miller as he runs into Chateau, who's trying to get the rebound. That will be the first foul on Mason Miller, the fourth foul on the team. Cody Sheff will enter the game along with Austin Kelly. Tyler Alt will come out, as will Norwell takes the ball off the floor. This is Van Meter in control of the ball. Passes out to Baker, who is wide open for three, but a little bit short. Cody Sheff will get the rebound, take it up the court. That'll be a foul on Baker. That will be his first foul, the team's fifth. So Carroll will take it out of bounds on the sideline. Nathan Rodenbeck and Garrett Butcher will re-enter the game for the Norwell Knights and give a couple of their players a little bit of a rest. It's inbounded to Cameron Brower at the Chargers, and he will take it up the floor and touch the play. Braxton Willis comes off the screen out to the wing, passes off to Tanner Ginder, off to Cameron Brower. Cameron Brower drives into the key, passes back out to Braxton Willis, who fakes the three, drives into the key, and is fouled on his way up. Will they call this on the floor, or? That should be a foul called on the floor, so Carroll will take the ball out of bounds. That's the fifth foul on the Norwell Knights, and the second on Sanchez. Ball is inbounded to Braxton Willis, he'll get it open three, and that is good. Cuts the Norwell lead down to 2 points. A little bit of pressure from Carroll once again, as Baker will get it past the half-court line. The refs letting them play a little bit physical tonight, which frankly I like a little bit. Let the kids play, as they say. Baker with the ball outside the 3-point line. Almost stolen by Brower. Baker's able to get rid of the ball before he falls down. Gets it down low. Cody Sheff gives it some height to number 42 of the Norwell Knights, but is able to keep him scoring. But rebound will Nathan Rodenbeck. points and push the lead back up to 4. This will be a 2-shot foul for Carroll, as Braxton Willis will step to the free throw line to shoot 2. That will be a foul on Nathan Rodenbeck. That is his first foul, the team's 6th foul. So from here on out in the half, and this is only in the 3rd quarter, the Chargers will be shooting free throws, at least a 1-and-1, which could speak volumes for them in this close game. It's very, very important to make the free throws. The first free throw for Braxton Willis is good. The second is up, and it is good as well. Norwell will get it in to Garrett Butcher, and still not pass across the line. Now they do. Baker will pass it off to number 42. Back to Baker. He tries to drive towards the corner. Double teamed. Pass it off to Dickey. He gets it to Baker for, Van Watt. No good, but the rebound is Norwell, and they will put a shot back up and make it, stretching the lead back to 4. 53 seconds to go in the quarter. Cameron Brower passes off to Braxton Willis for another 3. That is way short. And Norwell will get the rebound and push it up the floor. Line pass to number 15, Van Meter, and he will hit the 3 and push the lead to 7. Carroll can't just quite get over that little hump. It's like they're stuck just a few points behind. They still have time, obviously. 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. The 3rd quarter winds down here. Plenty of time. They'll look for another shot here before the quarter ends. Jackson Willis passes it off to Cody Sheff, who's at the top of the key. He looks like he's going to run down the clock for the last shot here. Passes it down to Austin Hiller. He'll try to get a shot off, and he will, but that is way off as he's guarded very well. Air ball is put up. Carroll will go into the end of the 4th quarter with a 7-point deficit where they will have to overcome. This is the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, your leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Welcome back. We're here at the start of the 4th quarter. The Carroll Chargers are trailing by 7 points as the quarter gets underway. On the floor for Carroll are Tyler Alt, Eric Ward, Braxton Willis, John Wanger, and Cameron Brower. Norwell has the ball at the start of the quarter, and they'll inbound it to Van Meter. Take it down the floor and pass it off to Sanchez, guarded by John Wanger. He'll survey the floor, step back from the 3-point line, spins around, but 5-second call as John Wanger does not leave Sanchez, and he will dribble the ball a little bit too much and turn it over. Carroll will take possession of the ball as Eric Ward will inbound it into Cameron Brower. Cameron Brower passes off to Tyler Alt. Passes off to Braxton Willis, back to Tyler Alt. Tyler Alt will take a long 3, and that is just flat and short. The 3-point shooting is just not there for Tyler Alt today. Norwell will have possession of the ball. Carroll will employ a little bit of a press here. And that will be a timeout just in time by the Norwell coach. Almost a 5-second call. If Carroll can keep doing that with their full-court press, it can be very, very effective. They definitely need more possession of the ball. And with only 7.5 minutes to go, they need to make some shots to get back in. They can really just play some defense. Guard the 3-point line. Don't let them shoot like that. And just be strong inside. Norwell seems to have some pretty good players who are down low, but Carroll has to just counteract that if they have a chance at this game. Philman will inbound the ball, attempt to inbound the ball. He will do so to number 40 of the Norwell Knights. It's back to Philman. He'll get the ball past the half-court line, but trapped in the corner, passing it off to Baker. Sanchez has the ball, and he'll drive towards the hoop, but cut off by Braxton Willis. Back to Nick Baker, and he'll have an open 3, and that is good, and that hurts. The lead is up to 10, and Carroll wants to win this game. They Cameron Brower will drive in. A blocking foul will be called on the Norwell Knights. So Cameron Brower will get 2 shots. That is the 7th foul on Norwell. And the 3rd foul on Philman. Cameron Brower's first shot is up, and it is no good, and Carroll has got to have those free throws. See if he can cash in on the second one. And the shot is good. Carroll gets one of the 2 free throws, cuts the lead to 9, and peaking with their full court press. Norwell is having issues with this press, able to get it in, and the number 40, Jeff Chateau, will slip, and a travel will be called, so Carroll will regain possession. That full press definitely helped them there. Tyler Alt will inbound the ball to John Wanger. Gets it over to Braxton Willis, who gets the ball back out to Cameron Brower. He'll dribble and pass it off to Tyler Alt, who tries to get an open lane, and he will be fouled and also be able to shoot 2 shots here. That's the 8th foul on Norwell. And the 2nd foul on number 15, Josh Van Meter, Tyler Alt's first free throw is short. It is no good. His shots are awfully short today. Cody Sheff will re-enter the game for the second shot is good, so Carroll will again make 1 out of 2. Full court press is doing wonders for the Chargers. The Knights will get it in just in time, however. Pass up to Sanchez. He has to get it past the half-court line, which he does. Passes it off to Van Meter, off to Baker. Stolen by Carroll. Tyler Alt will take it up the court, pass over to Cameron Brower. Pick is set by John Wanger. Cody Sheff has the ball in the lane, passes it back out to Eric Ward, passes it back to Cody Sheff. They get it to Cameron Brower. Still no penetration inside, and that is probably one of the biggest reasons why Carroll is not winning this game, because down low are where the shots are, the high percentage shots, and they're taking a lot of 3-pointers. Tyler Alt misses the layup again. He is fouled, so he will shoot 2 free throws, but you can just see the frustration on his face. His shots are just not going down today. That'll be the 3rd foul on Albert Sanchez from Norwell Knights, 9th foul on Norwell as a team. So from here on out, Carroll will shoot the double bonus. The first shot for Tyler Alt is up and good. Cuts the lead to 7 with 6:08 to play in the 4th quarter. The second shot for Tyler Alt is Norwell will get the ball into Sanchez, but he is having trouble getting it up to the floor. No one's helping him. He'll get it up to Chateau. Passes the half-court line. Swarming defense by Carroll, but a foul will be called. That's a hard one to take right there. That foul will be called on Tyler Alt. That's his 2nd foul, the team's 5th. Inbounded into Van Meter. And another foul will be called on Carroll. That will be on the floor, so no shots. But now on, the Norwell Knights will shoot 1 to 1 after this. The first foul on John Wanger. Sanchez will inbound in the backcourt to Baker. And he will pass it back to Chateau. And that is going to be another foul. Carroll. John Wanger will pick up his 2nd, and that's going to be shots for Norwell, and another 7th foul on Carroll's team. So it will be a 1-and-1 situation for Norwell. Carroll wants to see if they are going to have to stop fouling. It's 3 fouls in 1 possession. It's not going to work well. They're only down by 6. This game is not out of hand by any means, but it's not allowed to have 3 shots. The first shot for Norwell is up, and that was not a good 3-point. Air ball by Philman. Carroll will take possession of the ball. is Cameron Brower. It'll go to the wing and to the corner where Cody Sheff will take it back into he gets it underneath the Braxton Willis, but he does not act quick enough and he's soon double teamed. Cameron Brower has it out on the wing. He'll drive inside for an open layup. That will bring the lead down to 4. They get it into Chateau to the Knights, but are trapped in the corner here. Get it into Sanchez. They better get on someone over here. And Van Meter has the tough is good, but he's got to get back because that pushes the lead back up to 7, and that really does hurt Carroll. Tyler Alt will drive and spin around, and he misses yet another layup. This has just been a frustrating night for him. Norwell will call a timeout to talk things over a little bit. The lead is 7 by the Norwell Knights, 4:52 to go in the 4th quarter. Both teams are shooting free throws. Right now they're in the 1-and-1 situation. Carroll, the next foul that Norwell gets will be put Carroll in the double bonus situation where Carroll only has 7 fouls, so Norwell will remain in the 1-on-1 situation for the time being. And that situation is definitely the important gap in this game. I keep talking free throws and I can't stress that enough. Those are free throws we've got to make it. So I'm going to show one of them tonight. Right now, Tyler Hall is struggling. He's just on the game, so not doing terrible, but he's very flat. Carroll probably needs to shut down the stretch if they want to win this game. The team after that is definitely a big part of that. We will go to the bench for a little bit of a break. The last 2 minutes of the game. Right now on the floor is Eric Ward, Cameron Brower, Cody Sheff, Austin Hilly, and Tanner Gender. Norwell will have the ball, and Carroll will continue to press. It's worked fairly decently for them so far. The Norwell Knights will get it into Baker. And that will be a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to Carroll. Very good press right there, and that is definitely working for them. Braxton Willis will re-enter the Carroll lineup, and along with Tyler Alt, who comes in for Cody Sheff. Eric Ward will inbound the ball, and he will get it into Tyler Alt, who will take the long 2, and that shot isn't cut off. He didn't really square off that time, and that probably hurt him on that shot. And just like that, Cody Sheff will come back into this game. He was out for about 5 seconds. They get it ahead to Sanchez, but that is almost stolen by Carroll again. Get it back to Philman, out to Baker, but he'll pass it down low. And Philman will lose control, Chateau will lose control of the ball, and it was on the floor. Jump ball is called, but Norwell will retain possession of the ball as the possession arrow points in their direction. The ball is inbounded to Philman, and he'll get up, and that shot is no good. And it'll be a foul on what appears to be Tanner Gender. And it's going to be a 1-and-1 situation. Carroll really needs to start using this. This game is looking more and more as the time to start working against them. Braxton Willis will come back in for the Sheff. Sanchez is on the line for a 1-on-1 situation for Norwell. That shot is long, so no good. That's good for the Chargers. They'll score like giving up 2 free throws right there. Tyler Alt will take the ball down and try to drive to the lane. Passes it back out to Eric Ward, who gets into the lane, but the shot is no good, and Carroll just cannot make this up-close shot. And it's really hurting them. Now it's pushed the lead to 9. So Carroll needs to do something fast. A 3-point shot by Tanner Gender is no good, and that will be a foul called against the Chargers. So that's going to be more free throws. throws. That would be the 4th foul on Eric Ward. So if he gets any more, he will be out. The Carroll Chargers will call a timeout and try to talk something over and figure it out in the last 4 minutes here. The game isn't over. There's still time to get some shots back. Carroll is going to have to step up here to probably make a couple threes. The score right now is 32-41. There's 3:52 left in the 4th quarter. Both teams, the next foul they give will be in the double bonus. So down the stretch, your free throws can play it very closely. Right now, it's happening Norwell. A lot of opportunities. Trying to cover 1 and 1. Get the road. Come back to Honda. Come back out on the corner. For Carroll, it will be Braxton Willis, Tyler Alt, Tanner Ginder, Cody Sheff, and Cameron Brower. Grant Baker for the Norwell Knights is on the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. And he again misses the front end of the 1 and 1, so again helping Carroll a lot on Norwell on the free throws. Tyler Alt will drive to the basket and finally made and the foul. This is a chance for a 3-point play, which might be exactly what Carroll needs. Tyler Alt will go to the free throw line to shoot 1. That'll be the 4th foul on number 23 out of Sanchez, the Norwell Knights, which could also play a factor later on here as towards the end of the game, as he is a major player for the Norwell Knights. He'll get the rebound. That is Sanchez will get the rebound, as the free throw is missed by Tyler Alt. The lead is 7, and Sanchez is having issues getting across the feet. Will do so. Passes off to Baker. Gets it off to Van Meyer, who shoots a 3 that's off. Braxton Willis will get the rebound, passes off to Cody Sheff, who passes back to Braxton Willis, inside to Tyler Alt. And I'm surprised that was not a foul. The shot is missed. Tyler Alt gets his own rebound. Shot is missed again, gets another rebound. And there's going to be a foul on Norwell here, so Carroll will shoot 2, as that would be the 10th foul. Tyler Alt picked up to the line to shoot the free throws. That is the 5th foul on Sanchez, so he is out of the game. He did not score until he definitely played a big role putting his team where he's at. So we'll see how Norwell copes without him. The first of 2 shots for Tyler Alt is up and no good, as it's too hard. Tyler Alt will step to the line for his second free throw. And that will be no good, as that one is short. Tyler Alt does not quite get a shot right tonight. So the lead remains 7 for the Norwell Knights. 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And that'll be out on Norwell. So Carroll will regain possession of the ball. Carroll passes it back over, and Cameron Brower with a little bit of an acrobatic shot there and stolen by Tanner Ginder. This is a 5-point game right now. Carroll has possession of the ball, out to Cameron Brower, drives inside, another fancy shot, and he'll make it in the foul, and this could put Carroll within 2. Right now they are trailing by only 3, and they are right back in this game. Cam Brower is going to the line for 1 shot as he made the basket. And that is good, and Carroll is trailing by only 2. 2:36 to go in the game. The score is 41-39. Norwell will get it past the half-court line, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Braxton Willis, excuse me. And that's a hard one to take right there. Not much Braxton Willis could have done there. Excuse me. Yes, Braxton Willis. So, number 15, Josh Van Meter will go to the line to shoot 2, as that's the 10th foul on Carroll. The free throw is up and no good. And Norwell has missed a lot of free throws, and that's definitely helped keep Carroll in the game right now. Cody Sheff will exit and be replaced by Eric Ward. Eric Ward is playing with 4 fouls, so he has got to be careful if he wants to stay in this game. The second shot is up, and it is good, so the lead is pushed to 3. Cameron Brower will take the ball up the floor for the Chargers. Over to Tyler Alt, over to Braxton Willis, back to Tyler, and he will take the 3, and that is just way short. His shot has just been very, very short tonight, but he is fouled, and that will be 2 shots for him, as that's the 11th foul on the Knights. So Tyler Alt with a chance to put Carroll within a point here. That's the 4th foul on Philman of the Norwell Knights. Tyler Alt will step to the line for his first free throw. And the first free throw is up and good. Almost rattles out, but goes down. The lead is 2 for the Knights. Cody Sheff will re-enter the game for Eric Ward. And Tyler Alt will put up his second free throw, and it is good. Carroll trails by only 1, 2:18 to go in the game, and this is a very, very close game. And now you have the cheerleaders and the Neon Nation into it right now, chanting defense. The ball is on top, controlled by Dickey, who passes it off to Baker. He'll dribble around the 3-point line and pass it off to Van Meter. Guarded by Cameron Brower as Van Meter, and he'll drive into the lane, and that's going to be a jump ball as Carroll reaches in and grabs the ball. Norwell fans not too happy, coach is not too happy about that one. That's going to be Carroll ball, and they will have a chance to take the lead with 1:46 to go in the game. Tanner Ginder will inbound it into Cameron Brower, and Brower will take it up the court. Eric Ward has re-entered the game for Cody Sheff. And Cameron Brower will drive towards the lane, back out to Braxton Willis. He takes the 3, and that is good. Carroll leads by 2. And that takes the bench and makes them stand up for the Chargers. Carroll really needs to play some good defense right now and get a stop so they can push their lead out. No fouls. Eric Ward on top guarding Dickey. Passes it off to Philman, who drives inside. Back out to Chateau, and that will tie the game as he makes the layup. Cameron Brower will dribble it down for the Chargers, tied at 44 here with 1 minute to go in the game. And this is a nail biter, people. Back out to Tanner Ginder, back out to Cameron Brower. He'll set up a play with 47 seconds to go in the game. To Braxton Willis, and he will pass it off to Tyler Alt. 38 seconds to go. Cameron Brower has it at the top of the key. It kind of looks like Carroll's trying to hold this for a last shot. Don't want to give Norwell a chance to come down at the last second of the game and win it. 25 seconds to go. They'll pass it over, and stolen by Norwell. A bad mistake. And that shot is good. And Norwell will take a 2-point lead with 14 seconds to go. Cameron Brower drives towards the hoop, and that shot is no good. Rebounded by Norwell, fouled by Tanner Ginder. And this game, not a great ending. There's still 8 seconds to go. And this free throw could keep Carroll in it, but 2 free throws might really hurt their chances here. Bad pass as Carroll was trying to wind down the clock, really cost Carroll there, as there wasn't a whole lot one-on-one that the defender could do to stop the last layup. The first shot is up, and it is good. That'll push the lead to 3, and this is just not good news for the Carroll Chargers. One more shot would make this a 2-possession game. That is the last thing that Carroll needs. The shot is up, and it is good. So Carroll's really going to have to hustle here, and something miraculous might have to happen if they want to win this game. Tyler Alt has the ball. He'll put up the 3. That's no good, and Carroll is going to lose this game by 4 points. Those last 20 seconds really did not work out well for Carroll at all. But a hard-fought game. Free throws might have cost him a little bit in the end, but in all fairness, Norwell missed a lot as well. The defense wasn't terrible, and the offense just wasn't quite able to make it all the way. But a good, hard-fought game by Carroll. Norwell will walk away with the win in this one. But the Chargers, nothing to hang their heads about here. But that will be all for our broadcast of CSBN. This is the varsity boys basketball game of the Carroll Chargers versus the Norwell Knights. The final score is 48-44. Norwell Knights beat the Carroll Chargers in a close one down to the very end. This is Ashley Stickler with CSBN, your leader in Charger sports. See you next time.
You've been listening to Charger Basketball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.